I'm Jade Sharron. I am the high school counselor, grades 9 through 12 here at West Lauderdale High School, and we are in Collinsville, Mississippi, just outside of Meridian. I've been here for 24 years, so doing this particular job. But we have such a wonderful partnership and relationship with our local community college, Meridian Community College, that they came, and they have, and as with all of our college application days, they come on our campus. And we had 2 days actually, because we were on an AB day back in the fall for students, half and half. So they came on a Tuesday, brought I don't know, maybe 14 or 15 current students and advisors, people to help these students. And we went through our ACT Academy groups. Our district, Lauderdale County, has an initiative where every school, high school especially, has a built-in time in their schedule for remediation and enrichment, etc. Well, on our campus, we call it ACT Academy, and we meet twice a week for 40 minutes each time, and we break the students up based on in the higher grade levels, based on their ACT scores and things that will help them better get into college. Okay, so that's how we do that. So those students from and adults from MCC came into on a Tuesday for that group of students for the ACT groups, and walked them through. Everybody had either an iPad or a computer, a Chromebook, and they walked them through how to apply for a college. MCC always, when they come and they do this, they said they want them to apply for 3 colleges. Okay. MCC being their backup plan. Okay, that's what they say. Let's do this. Let's do ours, and we're going to, walk you through exactly how to apply, fill in every blank for that, and then your next college that you're kind of interested in, and then your dream college. Let's do that. So they did that. Again, 2 days. First group on Tuesday, the second group on Thursday. It was amazing that I had all but 5 students to be present on those 2 days. So we had, almost 100%. The other 5, the 5 that were absent on those 2 days, I did get them in later on days that they were in school, and they did apply for at least for MCC if we didn't have time, because of course we don't have study halls anymore. So getting them out of class and finding the time to coordinate is kind of difficult. So I did at least get them applied to MCC. So eventually we had 100%. So it was really a really good year for it. And we had, of course, the teachers for the the ACT Academy time. They had to be a little bit familiar as well, with what was going to happen. So I had already met with those teachers about, look, this is what to expect, because we had never done it just in a classroom setting. Of course, prior to it had been a bigger setting, and of course I walked around the campus both of those days, just going into classrooms and making sure everything was going well, if anybody needed anything. And they just all responded really, really well. It was just, and being in a small group, I think is always so much better for the students and the facilitators, because those questions, the students don't feel so intimidated about asking a question. And of course, the facilitators are able to go around and answer those individual questions. Of course, everybody was masked up, and they were 6 feet apart. But it was a really, really good experience this year, even in spite of COVID. So I think that next year we may do it that way again in the smaller groups. It may take more days to get it done, but I think it's better for the students. Yes, of course, the ACT teachers had their rosters, and they had the questions as far as to ask the students. Of course, they kept with obviously who was there. They did keep records of where they wrote down, or in their computer typed in where the students applied. And one of the questions was, who are you, are you a first year generation planning to go to school? So that was how that was kept. And then of course I kept the records and compiled it after. As a matter of fact, that was one of the things that the MCC advisors spoke with the students about as well. Look, expect to receive an email from us, okay, about what we still need from you. And if you've applied obviously to other colleges, you're going to need to expect to receive an email from them as well. Keep those, put those emails in a group in your inbox or wherever, group those together so that you'll know. And so then they would come, and I set up appointments with my students to come and see me with their emails. What does this mean? What does it mean that I've gotten 5 emails that say I still need to send my transcript? Miss Sharon, I know you've already sent my transcript. Maybe they're talking about your final transcript. So, talking about, what to expect when they receive these emails. Teaching them and talking with them about how to learn, how to wait and be, patient, again, like with their transcript. Or Miss Sharon, I got an email that my Common App, you've not finished it, or the letter of recommendation, etc. So yes, I did make appointments with my students, and that's difficult with 140 kids, but it's important. They need to know these things, and they need to know how to just take a breath and say, okay, here we go. So yes, we did follow up with them.